Greetings, Crawford Ashley, the spiritual boxer. I'm talking about boxing again, as I always do. And basically the mental aspect and the mental side of boxing, which I found fascinating. And like over the weekend with the Yard and the Arthur fight, I don't know what happened with Arthur. It seemed like Yard had got into his head and he looked frightened. And Yard did his job. Maybe it was down to the input of James Cook, you know, bringing a side to what boxing was, because he looked very confident, did Yard. And having that confidence in your ability is kind of like the key. And it seemed for me to take Arthur's confidence away. He didn't look right, and he lost that fight, did Arthur, in his mind. And he looked very hesitant, scared to get hit. If you're frightened to get hit, don't get in the ring. You know, work on your defense, make it become good. It's like when you listen to top class fighters, the likes of Mayweather when he was fighting Ettore Gatti, and they would called him Thunder Gatti. Mayweather said, yeah, thunder just makes a noise, lightning strikes. He turned what they conceived as a positive into a negative. You know, it's like Arthur should have looked at Yard and says, well, yeah, you're a lion, but lions are in circuses and lions are in zoos. You know, I'm going to be the circus master and get you to play my game. Change it, you know what I mean? This is the mindset. It's like I was talking to somebody today about, before you box, you go into the toilet all the time, you're weeing. Are you pissing yourself? Or are you just getting prepared for battle? Well, other people might be pissing themselves because they're frightened. I was just preparing myself for battle. Because I know my body doesn't need any waste. It's going in there fully prepared for whatever's to come. And you don't need to carry around anything that's of excess, that's of no use. So you get rid of all these bodily fluids that you no longer need. But like I say, psychologically, you're thinking you're frightened, and then you box frightened. Instead of thinking your body's getting ready for war, you know what I mean, bring it on. Your mind wasn't, or the mind didn't catch up with the body. And you got to train your mind. This is that strong belief in your ability. And having that, don't care what other people say, don't even care what your opponent says. You know what I mean? You need to do what you need to do. And if in your mind you're going to win, you'll do everything. It's like when I boxed, I can see him but I forgot his name now. Carl Thompson. When I boxed Carl Thompson, he put me down in the first round. The voice in my head just said, it's going to get harder than this, but we're going to win. And I remember boxing Nunn. That same thing. Get up. You're going to get through this. We're going to win this fight. There was always that voice that tells me I can do it. You can win this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But you give 100% then. You know what I mean? You give everything you've got. And that's all people can ask for. You know what I mean? Giving you all. And sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. You know, just on that night or whatever. But like I say, it's how you come back from it. Do you look at it as a negative and a detriment, or do you look at it as a positive? Well, that night I couldn't perform. I did my best to give 100%, but it was just better than me. But I know I'm better than this. You know, and just try to improve. And it's like people say, go back to the basics, go back to the drawing board. The drawing board is the basics. Get your footwork, get your balance right. Then you get your combinations and your timing comes. But you've got to start back at the basics, which is your footwork, is your balance. Everything comes from the floor. You know, it's like my first year and a bit, year and a half, 2 years with Theo, It's all been about movement. Moving around the ring. Now it's about planting his feet and gliding. It's a different movement, different format, different muscles. But it's all needed to settle your feet, plant your feet, and throw punches and generate power. And then doing that also on the move. But you gotta learn, for me, learn the movement first, because your feet are a big part of defence. If you're getting it, you're doing something wrong. Move, get out of there. And like this other one over the weekend, I'm crap with names ever since the bike crash. The kid got hit on the floor by 3 punches. Disqualification, it's simple. Boxing's about control in the element of battle. That's what I was taught. You got to listen to the referee at all times and listen to his commands. Yeah? Holyfield lost the gold medal because he got disqualified because he hit on the break. When the referee shouted break, his punch was halfway gone and it landed. He should have stopped it. Very difficult, very hard, but that's what it's about. It's about control. It's about honour in battle. I mean, the man's on the floor. Leave him alone. Give him time to get up. Isn't that what boxing's about? Respect and honour. Where you can be the man and act the gentleman. You know? All he's hitting you with is his fists. If you put him down once, you can put him down again. Why do you need to hit him when he's on the floor? Through frustration, so therefore you haven't learned the things of boxing, which is about control. The elements of boxing, which is about control. It's like saying with none at me when I was on the floor. I just went, you fucking bastard. But that showed me that I'd got to him. You know, he wasn't in control anymore, he lost control. That's why he had to hit me on the floor through frustration, because he couldn't basically do what he wanted with me. You know, he was winning. Yeah, fair enough. I don't have a problem with that. It makes me smile because every time I watch the fight, I have a tear in my eye and I don't know why. But I learned so much from it. And like I say, if I listened to people when I got knocked out by Clemenson, everybody told me I was finished and I was washed up. If I listen to them, then yeah. But why do I listen to them? Do they know who I am? No. But I'll show them who I am. Just give me the opportunities. And that's all you can basically ask is somebody to give 100%. And like the politics that go on in boxing, I've never liked it. It's always been bringing around, and like I say about judges and referees giving bad decisions. There was one way back, I think his name was Dennis Hobson, cruiserweight from Huddersfield. He boxed Enzo Maccanelli. Maccanelli hit him on the back of the neck with a rabbit punch. It wasn't on purpose, it was an accident. And knocked the kid out, his legs were gone. But rabbit punches are illegal because they're very dangerous. And they give him it as a knockout. And when they showed it in slow motion, it hit him right in the back of the neck. And Barry McGuigan said that were a great shot. No, it was an illegal blow. But people never said anything. My man's camp didn't say anything. I went to bed, I was disgusted. Because that's dangerous, and then let them get away with it. That should have been declared a no contest. The one up the weekend should have been a disqualification. And that's how I see it anyway. And well, that's just a little bit for me about boxing. There's a lot coming up. Well, I think. I don't know, because I'm going away on Monday. So I might not put anything on for a couple of weeks. But it doesn't mean I'm gone. It just means I'm not here no more. But I'm going to be back. And like I say, if you like the vibe, please subscribe. Drop a comment. Leave a thumbs up. And if you think it's of interest, share it. I mean, I've got a lot of knowledge which I'm sharing on here. Hopefully it'll be a benefit to some people. And if you can't be yourselves, just be brilliant. Till next time.